Hi, Algee. How are you doing today?
What's going on? I'm doing so good today. Good to see you again.
Yes, likewise. So, for viewers that might not be familiar about who you are a triple
Mhm.
threat singer, actor, producer. You're a storyteller at heart, whether you're on screen or in the studio. You always bring a sense of vulnerability and energy to every role you play. And of course, music too. And we're going to get into that.
For sure. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, of course. So, I have a couple of icebreakers for you, just three quick
We
questions.
love the icebreakers. Let's do it.
Okay, so what's something about you that most people don't know, but you wish they did know?
Something about me that most people don't know, but I wish they did know. I can cook.
Oh,
I can cook really good. So most people don't know that. What's another thing though? Let me see. I've always owned a dog ever since I was little.
oh wow.
I grew up around dogs, and some people don't know that.
Mhm.
What else is it? I'm trying to get some good stuff that you'll be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Um, what else is? I got nine brothers and sisters. How about that? There we go.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
I
Yeah, that's a good one.
can find that out. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Are they older than you, younger than you?
So I'm the oldest out of
Mhm.
all of them. So yeah, they all came up after me. Yep.
Okay, okay, leading the pack. Love
Come
that.
on, responsibilities. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so what's one New Edition song that you still vibe with to this day?
Oh, that's a good question. One new edition song that I still vibe with to this day. Obviously, "Can You Stand the Rain" for sure. I was just singing that the other day, but let me try to give it one that's not so common. Let me see. How about "Sorry"? Sorry, you're not
Yeah,
my
I
kind
like that.
of girl. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Okay, okay. And last one, is there a song or an artist you've been listening to on repeat lately? Don't say yourself.
I was gonna say, yeah, that new Algae. No, I'm just playing. That I've been listening to on repeat lately. Oh, Michael Jackson, a
Oh,
lot of Michael Jackson lately. Yeah.
so okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's get into it.
Good
So
icebreakers, great icebreakers.
you. So
Hmm.
watch you grow up on screen. I actually did some research and I said you were on How to Rock. I did not know that was you. And that used to be my show. I love Symphony. So
Wow.
and I said, wait a minute.
Wow, you just took it back. Yeah, I was on How to Rock. That was actually that was one of my first film projects that I've ever done. That was like my introduction to the film and television space. I ended up booking it while I was still living in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and I ended up coming out here. And Master P was a producer on there,
Hmm.
Symphony's dad, and so it was really cool to see us like black people in position like that and understand what that was and to be a part of that set. It was a real learning lesson for me as well, a learning curve. I didn't know anything on the set when I got there. Nobody was explaining anything, but I had to learn and just really be attentive and understand that people aren't always going to explain things. So you got to just peep game and understand how stuff goes. And that was a really good starting place for me.
Wow. And I love
Mhm.
being around Black people in that
Come on.
space. I love that, especially as a first role introduction.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I even saw a black producer on a project. Seeing
Oh,
Master P do that with Nickelodeon, so kudos to him.
exactly.
Hmm.
The question I wanted to ask though is what part of you do you think people still don't get a chance to see enough of to this day? You know, as I mentioned,
Hmm.
you're up in the film industry and you're making
Hmm.
music. So, talk to me a little bit about that.
Good question. Just how much I just really love it.
Mhm.
I don't. I think a lot of times the audience they just see the finished product,
Yeah.
and you can't blame them for that. But I think now it's such a great thing to where us as creatives we can showcase the process, and so. I think I really love what I do. I really love music. I really love film and television. So I'm always constantly just studying, watching something, referencing something. So I think just how much I study maybe.
Okay.
That may be boring, but yeah, that's a good answer
No,
right there.
no, that's a good thing.
Okay, good.
So you taking on layered characters like Ralph, obviously, and the new Edition,
Hmm.
and then Khalil in The Hate You Give, great movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
How have those experiences kind of shaped your growth as an actor?
Really, how have they not is the question, I think. Being able to have New Edition be my first major project
Yeah.
that I was a part of, that kind of catapulted me into a different level of professionalism and a different level of confidence as well in myself and my craft. And, just being around guys like Elijah Kelly, who we all know Hairspray and you
Mm.
know, Red Tails and the Butler. So being around talent like that, and then Woody, and then Keith and Luke James, it makes you step up. It makes you rise up to the occasion. So it actually makes you better. And so I think I was blessed to be a part of that project and to have that be one of my first things. And then also like the hate you give, same thing. I think the hate you give is really interesting because although I wasn't in that film for the whole film,
Mm-hmm.
I was in that film for the whole film, so
Right.
like my character was a really standout piece to that film, and I would say the heart of that film what kept that film driving. So being able to have that and understand that, oh, you ain't always got to be on every page to have a great impact, and so that was a real learning lesson for me as well.
Absolutely. I feel like films that are not only are entertaining or interesting, but teach you something, teach the audience something.
Right.
I love
Yep.
when people take on those type of roles because it also shows
Hmm.
like how you are as a person and just the layers of the character in general as well.
That's real. That's real. Yep.
Okay, so I know you have an upcoming project, The Gates, and that'll arrive this fall, co-starring Keith
Hmm.
Powers, Mason Gooding. And it's crazy because you guys work together already, Keith Power, you and Keith Powers. So
Yeah.
dynamic, like on set. And also, can you give us a little bit of insight into your character? What can we see?
Yeah. So first of all, that's my guy. That's my brother. So when I got the call that I was on the project, and then I was like, so who's the other guy that's playing? And they was like, I was like, oh my God. So just being back in company with my bro was really good. Mason Gooden is a world class, he's a great actor. So being on set with him, he's an even better human being though. Like he's my guy as well. We both got French bulldogs, so we be talking about that and doing all that. But it was good. I think just being on that set. What can I share about it so I don't give anything
Yeah, I don't
away?
want you to get in trouble.
I'm gonna just share that it is a roller coaster ride for sure.
Hmm.
It is something that will have you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Uh, I'm just gonna say we're trapped in a position that we shouldn't have been in as three young black men, and we got to figure out how to try and get out of it. So I'll just say that.
Okay. And
Yeah, yeah, really good though, really good film.
okay, I'm excited. I love those type of
Mhm.
films. Would you categorize it as, I think you said a psychological thriller? I watched an interview.
Yeah, I hope I've been saying it right too. Yeah, I think it's just to me, it's a psychological thriller. It's for sure a thriller, but it's not like haunting, scary horror film. But I'll say psychological thriller because it makes you think. There's still undertones of what do you undertones of just racial things that make you think, and little things that like, okay, I know what that feels like as a black person, or oh, that's what that feels like, to all audiences. And so to me it's definitely a psychological thriller.
Okay, like I said, I'm excited. I'm
Me
excited for
too, me
that.
too, me too. I'm excited too.
Yes, I'm sure it's gonna go over well with everyone too. So,
Thank you, thank you.
yes, so I know you're in your producing bag, and
Hmm.
what made you want to pivot from being on screen to off, and will you be playing in some of these films that you're producing as well?
Hmm. Yeah, great question, thank you for that too. Yeah, so what made me want to pivot is just the love for it. Like I was saying before, I want to be a part of bringing my own projects to the market as well,
Hmm.
and not just waiting on the phone call to come through, or oh, this person wants, no, I want to create it from the jump and then see it through as well, because I'm passionate about things as well that I want to see on screen. And so I'll definitely be in some of the things that I'm producing for sure. I
Okay.
won't be in all of them, but I will be in some of them. And I think it's beautiful that I don't have to be in all of them either, because it's like it's some stories won't need me. Some stories won't need a person like me. Some stories won't even, it may be a completely different story from somebody else's completely different walk of life that I just feel passionate about and that I want to help bring to the market. And so being a producer is super important for me because it separates just the actor from it. It's like, oh no, it steps me into the mogul position a little bit and starts to put my name in different rooms. Like, oh, he really cares about it. He actually is going to produce a project. That means he really is on another level into thinking with it. So I'm super proud of the things that I'm producing. I can't wait for y'all to see those as well.
Yes, I feel like also being an actor and then getting into, like I said, the producing bag, those skills are very
Mm.
transferable. So
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
seeing it from a different lens too. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then eventually it'll be directing and all that. But that directing stuff, I gotta pace myself for that because that's a lot that comes with that. Directing a whole film is a thing in itself. So I'll
Hmm.
get there soon for sure, and
Yeah.
maybe sooner than later, but we'll see.
Okay, come on, Denzel.
Yeah, come on now,
So let's get into this EP.
come
Okay.
on.
Snapped. And I had the opportunity to listen to it at the listening party. And I say, yeah,
Hmm.
this is the one. You ate.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, so just a little bit of background. I know you were born in Michigan, but raised in Atlanta. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right, you're right. Yep.
And I know with those two different regions, the sound is pretty different, of course. So,
Mhm.
how have those two places, the Midwest and the South, kind of blended and helped you shape your sound in general?
Oh wow, great question. I think just those two places being a part of my actual identity that when I do art, even if if it's music or if it's film or any other medium of art,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's gonna come out. And so I think just growing up listening to certain Michigan artists and growing up, hearing my grandma play certain things
Hmm.
from, classic Motown, classic Detroit, Stevie Wonder's from Saginaw where I'm from as well. So listening to that and then growing up in Atlanta and having that flavor and seeing what all that was, Atlanta is very instrumental in the music, in the music scene over the years.
Yeah.
And so just having those surroundings within my identity and those key things, I think it just has no choice but to come out in the art that I do. So I
Hmm.
think those two places for sure help shape and all Atlanta more so than Michigan helped
Okay.
shape my musical palette a little more because I actually grew up there. But I would think that's they play a big part on what comes out and what you hear from me.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Each song on the EP has a story behind it. I know you were kind of
Hmm.
describing it, describing where you were during that moment when you were making the songs.
Hmm. Hmm.
Almost like, you can visualize where you were. How do you
Hmm.
want fans to feel when they listen to the project?
Yeah, great question. And for me, the project it tracks, it tracks myself going through the phases of a breakup.
Mhm.
And so, what I want people to feel when they hear the project or through each song is that certain phase that I was in. And so, the first song on the project is called Numb.
Yeah.
And, as a man, when you go through a breakup, that's what you feel first. It's the numbness of it. It's like you're not even acknowledging it. It's like, okay, I'm whatever, like, all right, it was what it was. And
Hmm.
then the next song on the project is Magic City. So that song is distraction. It's like trying to go out to not have your mind on it. So when you get to each song, my goal is just to make you feel that certain phase that you're in. And the dope thing about the EP is that it lets you know what phase you're in. So after Numb, it says emotional avoidance. And after Magic City, it describes the other emotional states you're in. So you'll be able to hear, okay, now I understand what emotional state I'm in while I'm listening to this.
I love that. I love the
Mhm.
telling aspect of that as well.
Mhm. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so when you were kind of in the thick of the breakup, did you know you
Mhm.
art from it, or was it kind of like, the music is going to come later after the dust has
I,
settled?
I wasn't even thinking about no music. I was just in it. I think the idea to put art behind the pain for me came uh during the phase of there's a song on the project called "The Way It Goes," and I think that's when it started hitting me like, okay, this is a project that I need to put out.
Hmm.
Um, I think that phase is emotional clarity or something like that. Don't kill me, I should know this.
Hey.
But right before that phase is when I was right before the song "The Way It Goes" on the project is when I was like, okay, this is me being very vulnerable. I'm actually starting to write my feelings out now. And now I can kind of backtrack on what I've been going through. And then the light bulb went off. It was like, oh, this is a project. Like, oh, this is a story. This is something that I could have people follow along with. And a lot of people can relate to as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been through breakups and heartbreaks and ups and downs. So it's very relatable. And I think when that idea hit me, I was like, okay, this is my entry point right here.
I definitely think it's a project for both genders, not just men, but women can listen,
Mm,
catch a vibe. And honestly,
mhm.
it kind of helps from a woman's perspective understand, like, okay, this is what, he might have been going through during this time. So I feel like,
Nice. That
both
was the
parties,
goal. That was the goal. Okay, good, good,
yeah,
good,
you definitely, tapped into that. So I like that.
good. I appreciate that.
Okay, so if someone could only hear one song from the EP just to understand where your head and heart are at right now,
Hmm.
would it be and why?
Oh, right now.
Mhm.
Great question. So currently, if you can only hear one song to understand where I am right now, it would be the song "Honest" on the project. So "Honest" comes the phase that you enter into when you hear the song "Honest" on the project is emotional maturity.
Mm,
And I feel like I had to go through all the other phases previous to that song in order to get there. And those phases are recognition, accountability, just being real with yourself and understanding how you got in that position in the first place. And then from that point, taking the stance of, okay, from this point on, I'm going to operate like this. I'm going to give my full self to a situation. I'm going to give my full, complete honesty, my identity, and I'll let that lead instead of anything else leading. So right now I feel like that's the it's not even a phase, that's just the mindset that I'm in.
right now,
And
yeah.
I feel like that, yeah, so I feel like that song will resonate with me right now where I currently am.
That's good. And I do like
Hmm.
that song. It's one of my favorites on there.
That's that joint. Yeah, that's one of them ones. So I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I love that one. So your track Spiraling samples Brandy
Mhm.
and Monica's iconic The Boy Is Mine. And it's actually
Yeah.
timing since they're about to go on tour. I said, oh, that was good.
Ooh.
That was so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
good. So what made you choose that song and how did you approach
Mhm.
flipping it to where like it still shows you and it feels like you?
Mhm. So honestly, that song came to me as a complete blessing, I would say. My good friend Cameron Glasper, he's a writer.
Hmm.
He had a template of that song, a template version, just like an unfinished version.
Hmm.
He showed it to me, and I'm like, that song is speaking to where I am right now in my life, and so can we finish that song? So him and myself, we went in and finished that song. There's also a really great writer on there by the name of Kennedy, so she had a pen on there as well,
Right.
and I feel like that song on the project is low key kind of the epitome of R&B, how we grew up on it. Because
Yeah.
like you said, that sample. So when I heard that sample, I'm like, I need this song to. In order to say this project is R&B, I need something like this on it.
Yeah.
And so, how I was able to take it and kind of make it my own, I still don't even know. I just think that one great thing and one great quality I love about myself is that anything that I do, get involved creatively with or put my hand or my voice on, I have the ability to make it my own. Just like anything that I wear, like if I wear something, it's gonna look different on me than it looks on anybody else, and I know that. So I have the ability to kind of take things and really transform it and make it my own, to where you can only just see it like, oh, okay, like that he made that thing his own. So
Hmm.
with that song, and shout out to Monica and Brandy. It took us. If you understand what it took us to clear that song and that sample,
I already know
we
it.
went. I'm talking about. I left. So I did a show in Atlanta. I
Hmm.
think it was like May 10th of this year. And then the music director for that show, shout out to Ron. His name is Ron Faison. It's my guy. He was like, "Yo, I know you're trying to get this sample clear. I'm doing a show
Hmm.
and Monica's on the show, but the show is in Connecticut. So if you can make it to the show, maybe you can talk to her, politic with her. When I tell you, I booked a flight from Atlanta
I know
to
that's
New York because it was right by Connecticut. I rented a car. I drove down to Connecticut. I met with Monica's team backstage. You know, me, her manager, and myself had a conversation, and that was a crucial part of just like everything that we had to do and continuously work to get that record cleared because it still wasn't cleared after that. But
wow.
you know, by the grace of God, right before the project came out, through the help of my boy Cameron and Rodney Jerkins, we got it cleared. So I'm like, thank God. Like thank God it worked
That's
out the way it was supposed to. Yeah.
that one. Did you ever hear like their thoughts towards the song? Like, did she say like, "Oh, like this might be the one"? Like, what were her thoughts or sentiments towards it?
So I haven't heard Monica or Brandy's thoughts towards it, but the fact that Rodney heard it and he
Mhm.
helped us get it cleared let me know that I was good. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I know
good,
they were like,
good,
"Yeah,
good, good, good.
good."
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they think about it. I'm looking forward to being on one of them shows. Maybe we'll
Mm-hmm.
see, but that'd be tight.
Bad. That would be good
Be dope.
to the Atlanta show.
Come on now, make it make sense.
Okay, speak it into existence. Yes, so vulnerability, of course,
Mm,
plays a major role when it comes to singing about your past relationship. Why was
mm,
it so important for you to open up on this particular project? I know there's artists like Ivory Scott, Friday, of course, Give
mm,
dropped something, and he was talking about how his breakup really did help him navigate when it came to creating music.
mm.
Talk to me a little bit about that from your point of view.
I think that's one of the most courageous things that you can do
Hmm.
as a human being, especially in our society right now,
Hmm.
is to be vulnerable. I think vulnerability can be a superpower when it's used right.
Yeah.
Because everyone doesn't like a lot of people don't want to do it. You know, vulnerability means that you are exposing yourself and you are, you know, showing pieces of yourself that aren't perfect. You know, a lot of times right now in society, we everyone just tries to show up really perfect on socials and like we have no flaws. And I think when
Mhm.
you can show authenticity through vulnerability, I'm sorry, through vulnerability, it allows the audience to connect. It allows people to connect with something real
Yeah.
and not nothing fabricated. And so for me, that was my stance on it. I'm like, okay, I've been vulnerable. Even in my acting, I've been vulnerable through certain roles, so I know what that feels like, and I know the response that I get. And so it was a no brainer for me. It's like, okay, I have no problem admitting my flaws. I have no problem, you know, letting people know where I was emotionally, how I dealt with this situation. And I think when I do that, then I'll get instant connectivity from the listener.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like from
Mm.
a fan standpoint, it's almost like a diary that you're letting
Come
us
on.
listen to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It definitely helps form that relationship in a sense, like open
Mm-hmm.
artists, because you're letting us in and we're kind of seeing things from a different lens from your point of view. So I do love,
Right.
artists are able to be vulnerable like that.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I think, like I said, I think that's the best way to connect with people because it also it's relatability as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a different question, but
Okay. Oh, let's get it. Uh-oh.
might be a little deep, but do you think that healing from heartbreak looks different for men, especially Black men in the public eye? I don't know if your relationship was public or not, but talk to me a little bit about that.
I think it can look different, yeah. So my relationship that I'm referring to in the project, it wasn't public.
Okay.
I don't really like to put my relationships out there like that. I like to have some form of, you know, privacy in my life. I feel like everything else is exposed, you know, and so certain things like, you know, I love to show my family, but even that, I'm just like, you know, I'm very careful on things like that because you should have some things to you as a person as well, and so. I think it can definitely look different when you're healing in the public eye because, like I was just saying earlier, and to your point, you don't, you know, it's scary. It's scary to have people judging you on certain things all the time. You know, it's scary to have people looking at your flaws. You can't see any of theirs, but they can see yours, and they got a comment about it. And
Mhm.
so I think it can be tough. It can be tough to, you know, put yourself out there like that. So I definitely think, even with doing this project, although I was very brave in my vulnerability, I also was kind of scared too because I'm like, okay, I'm putting out a part of me that nobody knows.
Yeah.
People don't know when I'm in relationships. They don't know I was even in a relationship, and so for me to put it on a project and then to also admit my own flaws on that project, that can be a tough thing to do when you're in the light, and then people can just, like I said, people that have people that you can't see, but they can see you, and just they can just comment and judge you on it. So it can be scary, but again, like I said, once you get over that hump, it's like, okay, now is real connectivity going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. I also feel
Hmm.
like now that it's out, like you said, like in listening to it in general, it's not like you're bashing that person or anything.
Right, right, right.
It's more so like how you're evolving and getting over it. So I think,
Yeah.
it's obviously going over well.
Yeah, yeah. I still ain't heard from that person about it, but
Oh,
hopefully it goes over well. Yeah, yeah, hopefully it goes over well.
sure.
And I'm pretty good about that. I'm pretty good about, you know, not putting people out there
Hmm.
in a way that is disrespectful or a way that, they don't agree upon, which
Hmm.
is why I took the stance of the project. Like, when the project starts off, I'm only talking about myself, my accountability, and the things that I went through. So I think that was a good stance to take on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So can we expect any tours coming up with this project? Can you speak on that or not just yet?
Yeah, so I'm actively doing shows right now.
Mhm.
I just did a show in LA at Soho Warehouse where I had just a room full of people that I love and respect, and it was really just great to just be vulnerable and do my art. It was really good and to have the feedback that we had. So I did that one. We just did two shows in Atlanta, which went really good. We got another one coming up in Michigan, which is gonna be really good. That's where I was born. I got another one coming up in New York. And so we're actively getting to it right now, and then when the full tour is ready, we'll for sure announce that. But I'm having fun right now, just
Mhm.
popping in, showing what we can do, stepping back, and letting people say we want more of it.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Hmm.
excited for
Hmm. For
that.
sure, for sure, for sure.
So, is there anything that you would like to leave fans with, or
Hmm.
people that might not know about you, but you want them to, kind of gravitate towards your music, and then, of course, the up and coming film that's coming out too?
Yeah, I think what I would just want to leave people with is I'm a big believer on just, excuse me, living in your own identity
Hmm.
and doing everything as authentic as you can do it. Even with this project, when I put it out, I'm obviously always listening to music, so I have a lot of things that are in my head and that I'm inspired by. But I feel like when I listen to my own project back, it just feels really authentic to me, and it's what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. And so I would just encourage everybody to do that. Even if you don't do art, even if you just living your life, just do it as authentically as you can do it and with your own true identity, because then you'll be able to affect the world in a different way. I feel like it doesn't help the world if we're all trying to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying, and do it the same way. And so
Yeah.
just however you would do it, do it. Whatever you think about, bring that to life. Your decisions are your decisions. God gave you your brain and your mind for a reason, and the world needs it. So I would just say that, and then just be fearless, and as fearless as you can be in your journey and in your endeavors. Um, and I want to say something about optimism, but I'm trying not to sound too cliche. But life's a lot. Life be life and a lot, a lot.
The God we got in. So,
And God, come on now, but God, we got it. And I think a lot of times it's just tests, and I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but a lot of times before that big breakthrough happens, there's a lot of tests that comes to test your character and your faith. And so,
mhm.
really strengthen your faith, keep an optimistic mindset. As long as you're waking up and breathing every day, there's still hope, there's still room, and so you can go get it. And then to speak about the gates, so yeah, so hopefully the gates comes out this fall. We're gonna say fingers crossed, and that's just a really exciting project. I'm super happy to be in that film with my guys, with Mason Gooden and Keith Powers. It's a really great film. I cannot wait for y'all to see it. Like I said, it's gonna keep you on the edge of your seat. And then after that, we're gonna continue rolling out more of this music and more films as well.
Okay, excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm excited for you too. I appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. And lastly, where can fans find you on social media?
For sure. So you can find me if you just type in the name Algee, I'm gonna pop up. So Algee. But on Instagram you can find me at it's Algee. So ITSALGEE. On YouTube, Algae. On TikTok, it's Algae Smith. On Facebook, I believe Algae Smith as well. Um, and then make sure you log into my Forever Fans. So foreverfans.com/Algae Smith. That'll give you all the exclusives, everything I got going on, what I'm doing, the inside look on certain things. So make sure y'all stay tapped into that as well.
Period. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
For sure. Appreciate you, Nadia. Have a good rest of your day too.
You as well.